Did you know if we had to compensate for curvature whenever we landed just now?
I mean, it's pretty short runway, so I don't really think we have to.
Did you have to compensate for curvature? So no compensation for curvature whenever we're flying now?
I mean, with the short routes we do, no.
Do you have to compensate for curvature?
No.
You don't?
Nope.
Okay. So we don't compensate for the curvature whenever we're landing.
We don't do anything
and
with
then
curvature.
we don't do anything when it comes to the motion of Earth.
Curvature is...
So Earth has to be a level stationary plane, right?
fairly much. Yeah, in relative to us, yes.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep.
So you fly your plane like the Earth is level and stationary then, correct?
Essentially, yeah.
Well, do you fly Earth like it's level and stationary? Do you fly over it like you are, like it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't calculate the curvature. You're right.
Then it makes sense that the Earth is level, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you for getting us here safely, first of all.
Of course.
I think you have one of the coolest jobs probably ever. What height were we flying at?
36,000 feet.
36,000 feet. Do you know what speed we were at?
We were at Mach 7.6, so that's 76% the speed of sound at that altitude.
Okay.
So it's probably like, I would guess around 480 knots or so.
Okay.
Once at the altitude, you just fly in Mach.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's open.
Cool.
Yeah.
Close the door.
Go ahead.
Like, so to go to school, huh?
When's the last time you used a flight simulator?
My last recurrent, so that was probably like 3 months ago,
Okay.
about.
How similar is a flight simulator compared to flying an actual plane?
Very similar.
Very similar. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Some of the stuff they can't replicate, like weather and turbulence, but everything else is pretty spot on.
For sure. A flight simulator is programmed for a pilot to fly over a level and stationary Earth, correct?
They can program weather and turbulence. It's hard to simulate actual turbulence.
Yeah. So like the curvature is never calculated into like whenever you're flying though,
Like
right?
a long distance, yeah, it's calculated. Yeah.
How would you say it's calculated?
In terms of like you're flying like an arc, is that what you're asking?
Or like there's a aviation term called straight and level. That's just because you're staying straight and level, though, right?
Try only for you.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you're asking.
Well, do you fly Earth like it's level and stationary? Do you fly over it like you are, like it is?
Yeah.
Okay. Your rate of descent? We're at like 36,000 feet. It takes like probably, what, 100 miles to land, 120 miles to land?
36,000 feet. Yeah, it's probably about around 120 because they have to sequence it because Dallas is just busy.
Okay, cool.
Cool backpack.
So we're losing about 1,000 feet every 3 nautical miles, give or take?
Yeah, that's about a good average.
Okay, cool. You do have to assume that the elevation that you started from, your rate of descent, compared to the elevation that you landed on, is similar.
Are you talking about like taking off from sea level and landing at sea level?
Yeah.
You account for it, but that's not. Yes, but
So-
you don't really think about it.
For sure.
Yeah.
So in 120 miles, it's 9,600 feet of curvature from point A to point B. That's never calculated into a rate of descent, correct?
Wait, say that again. It's 120 miles.
120 miles,
Yeah.
there's 9,600 feet of curvature.
Where'd you get the 900?
It comes from the radius of 3,959 miles,
Oh, okay.
and then using the Pythagorean theorem, you end up
Yeah.
with the 8 inches
Okay.
per mile squared,
Yeah.
right? And then you just square the miles, times it by 8,
Okay.
and that will give you the amount in inches. Then you divide it by 12 to give you the
Yeah.
amount of feet. And 120 miles, it's 9,600 feet of curvature.
Okay.
But that's never calculated into a rate of descent, correct?
You don't calculate the curvature. You're right.
And then we do land airplanes all over the Earth, right?
Yes.
So Earth has to be level.
To a point.
Cool. Thanks, man. I appreciate you.
Thanks.
You heard it, ladies and gentlemen. It's flat. Is it flat, baby? Did you hear or no? That was a good one.
One can imagine if an aircraft is flying at elevation 35,000 feet, well, it has to descend to land on the ground. Well, it's still flying in the air. It's not going to point its nose straight down and go straight to the ground. No, it's got to gradually descend from altitude down to zero. Well, we call that rate of descent. A lot of people don't talk about this. Everybody can see and understand. Anybody can do this math. Pilots don't know anything that's not normal. They have more experience with it, but just because they're a pilot doesn't mean they know something special. Anybody can do this math, and anybody that does this math and can explain it, well, they're smarter in this effect than the average pilot.
And the fact that at no educational level is anyone ever taught the Earth curvature equation. You don't get it in preschool. You don't get it in elementary school. You don't get it in middle school. You don't get it in junior high, high school, university, undergraduate work, postgraduate work, doctoral work. You don't get
even
it
talk about it.
because it doesn't exist.